Hudson County View, live and uncut, and I'm your host, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, John Arhitis, and we're going to give you the latest and greatest in Hudson County news. So we got quite a few things on the docket today. First of all, it's a really busy day. Right after this, we have Steve Kornacki going to St. Peter's University, courtesy of the Guarini Institute. This evening, we have the Jersey City Council and the Hoboken City Council convening at 6 and 7 p.m. respectively. And also tonight, we have former Governor Jim McGreevey, of course, a candidate for Jersey City Mayor, hosting a town hall, and that starts at 6 o'clock. So I would say that's a pretty eventful Wednesday. On top of that, we're going to recap some other things. For example, on that Hoboken agenda, we have two items that I thought were of particular interest. One, they're talking about e-bikes and how we can make those forms of transportation more safe for pedestrians. So there's some regulations there and an actual registration process they'd like to do. That's up for first reading. And also there's a measure about rebuild by design. Of course, that's the $230 million flood resiliency project. It's a federal project that has a few partners, and the council has a resolution in front of them where they're going to vote on a member of the DEP coming in to brief them on this subject. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And also today, my guest is Jersey City Mayor Steven Fulop. He's also a Democratic candidate for governor. So all that and a whole lot more right after this word from our sponsors.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just one pass stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
County View, live and uncut. John Arhitis, as I mentioned a few moments ago. Today, my guest is Jersey City Mayor Steven Fulop, and he's also a Democratic candidate for governor. Mayor, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me, John.
Very welcome. So, let's start here. So, obviously, you're not running for a 4th term. We have 3 declared candidates in Hudson County Commissioner Bill O'Day, Council President Joyce Waterman, former Governor Jim McGreevey.
Yep.
You haven't said much, but not many people have asked you, to my knowledge.
Yep.
So what do you think about these candidates and your potential successor in Jersey City?
I mean, you get right into it. I thought we were going to get a little bit of a build-up.
You said let it go.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I was giving you an honest answer, I think today, assuming James Solomon gets into the race, Joyce Waterman gets into the race, Bill O'Day is in the race, Governor McGreevey, former Governor McGreevey, Jerry Walker, I would say a runoff is likely between well, let's put that aside for a second. I would say that today, at this moment, I would probably say the runoff is Bill O'Day and if James Solomon gets in the race. I don't think that Jim McGreevey is getting any traction in the community. So it's a lot of people statewide. Bill has less money, but it seems like that the community and support is leaning in his direction. James has a very solid base, so if he does get involved at some point. And Joyce has been an amazing advocate and partner for the last, 10 years. And, she being the only woman and the only non-white male, I think there's a lane there, especially in a diverse city. So if I was looking at it today, I would say, who's the likely scenario is Bill and James are top two. Governor McGreevey doesn't make the runoff. Joyce needs to build some financial base, and I think that she'll be more competitive.
All right, interesting analysis.
Okay.
Now for, well, actually, let's go here. So now,
Is that candid? But I
thought that was good.
I want to be clear. Like, I'm not supportive or publicly supportive of any candidate. When I speak to them, I try to be fair and give perspective and advice. I've done this 3 times, so I think I do have a little bit of insight into how it works. And it could change a lot between now and then, right? It certainly can. You're asking at this moment in time, that's how I would handicap the race.
All right, that's more than fair. Now, obviously that race is still a good 21 months out, and then the primary for governor is about 16 months out, so we got a lot of time on the game clock.
Yeah.
Now, let's just say the primary doesn't go your way. Is there even like a 0.001, any % chance you go for the 4th term?
No, I'm not running for a 4th term. I've made that very clear, and I think after 3 terms, it's healthy to kind of turn the page and let somebody else have the opportunity. So I've made that clear. I am not intending on, getting overly involved in the mayor's race because I'm very focused on the governor's race. I'm only going to engage if somebody engages with me in an adverse way, then I would obviously engage. But as it stands today, my perspective is I'm focused on moving the city forward and running a good campaign for governor, and that's it. So good relationships with everybody, and I'm not running for a 4th term.
All right, simple enough. So we'll get to the governor's race in a few moments, but let's talk 8th district. So obviously you were extremely clear with your perception, your perspective. U.S. Rep. Rob Menendez.
Yeah.
Where are you on this race? You thinking about endorsing Ravi Bala?
Not at this point. I mean, I think I've been pretty clear in my relationship with Rob and why I feel that there's the potential for maybe another candidate, maybe somebody else representing us, why that would be healthy. We haven't even gotten to the filing deadline, so we'll see what the field looks like, what kind of race Ravi runs, and then I'll cross that bridge later. But there's a couple months till the primary. We'll see where it goes.
What do you think about these Twitter spats between those two guys? Something that you're a little familiar with?
I love it. I love it. I've said it to both of them. I mean, it's good entertainment. It's good old New Jersey. You're corrupt. No, you're more corrupt. No, you're more corrupt. And it's if your watchers or viewers haven't seen it, I suggest they follow both Ravi and Rob Menendez Jr. And it's going to be surely an entertaining race over the next couple months. They're both people that aren't going to hold back clearly, and both are. Have a lot of financial resources that they're going to be able to communicate. I think there's going to be, some headwinds with Rob and his father's trial and the timing of that in May and then the election in June. And I don't know how one navigates that, but I'm sure Rob has a lot of professionals around him that help him with that. And it's a long ways away. So we'll see where it goes, but it'll be good entertainment, and I'm happy that I'm not on that ballot or engaged in that directly, just a spectator.
That makes sense. Now, on the point of Bob Menendez, the senator, now, you're pretty confident he's going to trial. Do you think he'll run for re-election?
I mean, he doesn't confide in me.
I'm aware of that, but I'm asking your opinion.
No, I can't imagine a guy who's been in this for 30 years and has had the success that he does running an election to lose. Okay, so I don't see that as a realistic possibility. I don't think he sees it as a realistic possibility. And, I think ultimately the ballot is going to be what you see in the primary on the Democratic side, Andy Kim and Tammy Murphy, and then Larry Hamm and Patricia Campos. And, you'll have a couple Republicans. And I think with Joe Biden on the ticket, I think more than likely we'll retain the seat. But the action is going to be in the primary, and you're seeing that.
Very good. Mayor, don't go anywhere. Folks, just give us a few moments. We're going to be right back.
Pinto Properties, Jersey City, shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces and addresses your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panapintodevelopment.com. Pinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer a Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
Growing up.
That's a County View Live Uncut. John Arhitis, still with Jersey City Mayor Steven Fulop. So let's talk a little bit about the other race we got coming up, the Senate race. So you endorsed Tammy Murphy. Right now, there was a poll from FDU, and it said that Andy Kim, congressman in the 3rd District, is up by 12. Of course, there's a ton of time. Yeah. But just what do you think about this race and the dynamics of how it's unfolded?
I think choice is very good. I think Andy is a very strong candidate. I think there is a clear sentiment from the grassroots and backbone of the party that's anti-establishment. I think it's going to be a very, very significant test of what the lines are worth in New Jersey, because this is going to be a unique opportunity where Joe Biden's on the top of the ballot, and then the Senate. In the governor's race next year, the governor makes the top of the ballot. There is no line per se like there is this year. So I think from a political standpoint, it has a lot of implications for 25, as well as obviously for 24. From a governmental standpoint for New Jersey, I think on a policy standpoint, if you look at Andy Kim and Tammy's policies as it relates to Israel and Gaza or women's reproductive rights or the environment, they're very similar. So it's really a contest about, personalities and very much New Jersey, as opposed to a difference with regards to policies from my standpoint. I hope at some point over the next 2 months to have both of them come to Jersey City and invite them both for an opportunity for the public to hear them.
Like a candidate forum.
Yeah, I've reached out to both already, and hopefully to get dates. I did it, when Booker ran against Pallone and Holt in a very similar way. Not in a forum where they're debating, but, gives one person 10 a.m. on a Saturday, another one 11 a.m. on a Saturday. Just, I think, Jersey City residents and Hudson County residents deserve to hear from both of them, regardless of what I think. They're able to make their own decision. I mean, we have very, very smart, informed residents here who want to have that opportunity. All
right, well, I'd be looking forward to that, so keep me posted.
I will.
Now, on that point, the people that are supporting Andy Kim, they have said that Tammy Murphy has no qualifications, and this is just her husband trying to install her into a Senate seat. Of course, I'm paraphrasing, but that's the general sentiment. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think it's a little harsh to say she has no qualifications. I think you can't say that being the first lady isn't an advantage. I think her shying away from that or not embracing the fact that clearly there are some advantages is a mistake, because you're taking the residents or the voters to not be smart enough to recognize that, and everybody does recognize that. But it doesn't mean that she is not a good candidate. The question is, are you a candidate because of your husband, or are you a good candidate that happens to be married to your husband? And those are two very different situations, and I think she could make that point a little bit more clearly. And Andy, look, his resume speaks for itself, and he's very accomplished. Clearly, a Rhodes Scholar, ran some tough races, tough district, and you know, I think New Jersey and Jersey City are lucky to have a choice here. So we want to amplify that.
All right, very good. So now let's talk about 25 and your race, the governor's race. So I think it would be fair to say that you want a united Hudson going into this thing, right?
Yeah.
Now at the moment, there's clearly tensions, which seem to pop up every few years between
What kind of tensions?
North Bergen and Union City.
Okay, all right.
And it
Just want
looks
to make
like,
sure we understand. I try to get along with people. It's not always easy, but go ahead.
yeah. So we might be heading to a civil war, if you will, similar to what we saw in 2018, right?
Yeah.
So when you're, hearing about the boards, schools of technology board members, when you're hearing about, Leroy Truth and which clients Vision Media has and all this other stuff that people are talking about behind the scenes, like, how do you navigate that, and like, how do you try to keep everyone a big happy family before it blows up?
The honest answer is it's not easy. Okay, I mean, you have some very strong personalities here, and for me, the last 10 years as mayor and the 8 years prior as city council, with all of them, my relations have been up and down and up and down, and that's just kind of the nature of relationships. I try to convey to all of them that you should judge me based on how I treat you, not how I treat somebody else. So as long as I'm treating you properly, you should feel okay with that. And if I treat somebody else properly as well that you may not like, that doesn't matter as long as I'm treating you the way that you believe I should be treating you. So I tried my best to keep a baseline of a relationship that is fair and reasonable. It's not always easy because a lot of these things are very, very emotional, but I'm doing my best to stay, outside of that fight, which is clearly brewing, and, and not take a side, really. Mind my business in Jersey City, try my best to run a good campaign for governor, get a lot of grassroots support, volunteers, mayors, and just continue down that path.
So, not that I need to tell you, the 2018, this culminated in the contested chair race.
Yep.
And Amy DeG's won, of course, but you think we're heading to that again?
I would hope not. Conversations haven't started yet around a contested chair race, right? If it was at this moment in time, I would probably say that you would be there in a race that's very volatile and a lot of different people siding on different sides. If it was at this moment in time. But between now and June, you have a congressional race, a Senate race, all of that stuff will play in a little bit, and hopefully things kind of calm down a little bit, and we could go back to being one happy family. All
right, very good. Ladies and gentlemen, we got one more segment. Don't go anywhere. Be right back.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2720.
Hudson County View, Live Uncut. John Arhitis, still here with Jersey City Mayor Steven Fulop. So let's talk about this specifically to you running for governor. Now, going back all the way to probably 2015, people wanted to see Steve Fulop, Steve Sweeney. It was that big headlining championship fight, so to speak. And he's declared for like 2 months now, and you guys haven't hit each other at all. So what's going on?
It could be a little Mayweather-Pacquiao sort of feeling, right? Like a little bit after the
Too little, too late.
Look, from my standpoint, obviously I'm watching what Steve Sweeney does fairly carefully as I watch what other candidates do, and I think that's normal. Up until this point, he hasn't penetrated or got a single public endorsement from anybody in North Jersey, right? And I think that would be a signal for me that he's a real candidate when he's able to get somebody on the board to say, hey, I live north of Monmouth County, let's say, and I am willing to stand publicly as an elected official or a county chair and say, I am part of former State Senator Steve Sweeney's campaign. For me, look, we've had support from Burlington, Atlantic County, Ocean County, Sussex, Hunterdon, you name it, right? So until he gets to that point, you know, I'm not thinking that he may stay in for the long term. That's the way I view it today. But I'm watching it.
All right. Now, those are the only candidates, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of talk about Congressman Josh Gottheimer, Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill.
Yeah.
Of course, Gottheimer, one of the best fundraisers in the country.
Yeah.
And Sherrill, some view as, for lack of a better term, I guess like a progressive hero. So a lot of people think that they could just run away with this thing if they jump in at any time. Obviously, you would disagree, but why?
Look, I mean, until somebody gets in the race, it's probably not worth like opining on their deficiencies or what in actuality somebody is versus how they're perceived, right? There's plenty of time for that. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not convinced that the race will be a 5-6 person race. And there's a lot of reasons why. But I know that I am in it till the end regardless, and we're going to have all the funds we need to communicate. We have a lot of mayors and grassroots support. We probably have pushing now 450 volunteers signed up and engaged. And that'll grow to thousands. I mean, you're seeing it every day, at least we see it internally, who signs up. So looking at from a launch in April till today, I couldn't ask for a better trajectory than we're on. And I feel good about it. So I can't control what other people do. I don't think the race will materialize the way some people think, but from my standpoint, the things I control, we're in a great spot.
Fair enough. Now, a couple local things before we let you go, Mayor. So, as you're well aware, former Hoboken Mayor Dawn Zimmer is really big on this Rebuild by Design project, Jersey City, Hoboken, Weehawken, and she said that you've held the project hostage by not allowing these easements. So, tell me, where was your head at on this?
Look, I don't know what happened to Dawn Zimmer and where she is on this. And she moved out of Hudson County and she moved into New York, and then she chimes in occasionally, and I don't know what kind of information people give her or what she actually knows. The reality is that we are big supporters of Rebuild by Design. There's no question about it. The city of Hoboken is asking for us to give an easement on property of Jersey City that will increase cost for a light rail that we are scheduled to build to serve low-income communities, Holland Gardens in particular. And all we've said is that because you are taking the property and it needs to be reconfigured, there is an increased cost that everybody agrees upon, and the state should pay for that. That's all. Okay?
But the state's made no commitments one way or the
state
other?
has made no commitments on it because what they have said to us is that they need a study in order to see exactly what the cost difference is. We've said, okay. And we turn to Hoboken and we say, Hoboken, this is your project. The study will cost between $60,000 and $100,000. It's not for us to pay. Hoboken should pay for that price for the study because it's their project, of course, right? We're comfortable with doing nothing. Also, we're comfortable with helping them, either one, but it shouldn't cost us money, right? So we've said you got to cover the increase in cost for the light rail and you got to cover the cost of the study, which is totally reasonable to a normal person. The Hoboken City Council is using it as a tool to beat up Ravi. They don't want to pay for the study, which they say Jersey City should pay for the study. And my position is, why would we pay for a study on a project that doesn't necessarily benefit us primarily, that costs us more money? We're okay with helping you. We're okay with doing nothing. We'd like to help you if you want us to, but you need to pay for it. That's really reasonable from my standpoint. So I don't understand what the big kind of circus is around this.
All right, point taken. Last one. So CarePoint Health and Hudson Regional Hospital, who has recently donated quite a bit to your Gov campaign, but the point being, they've announced this merger, and almost simultaneously, the New Jersey Department of Health has appointed this financial monitor, the 3 CarePoint hospitals. So how do you see this shaking out? Do you think this is really going to happen?
Look, I can't speak to whether it's definitely going to happen. I think it's a good thing for Hudson County if it does. There is no question that CarePoint has serious financial issues, not created by the current management. It was created prior, when they were taking a lot of the out-of-network dollars out of it, and there was national stories around it, and they've left a hospital that was really on kind of life support, if even that. And from my standpoint, my primary objective is to have 3 hospitals survive, CarePoint hospitals is what I'm speaking about.
Yeah.
And if that entails a merger with another Hudson County entity, that's perfectly great, you know? And I don't know why anybody would oppose that. And the least amount of dollars, public dollars, that has to be put into this project is a good thing. So if you can do it with some sort of merger between HRH and CarePoint that has a roadmap to financial sustainability with a little bit of state funding, I think that's a good thing.
Mayor, thank you very much. Always a pleasure.
Hey, good to see you, John. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just one pass stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
Panepinto Properties, Jersey City, shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces and addresses your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panepintodevelopment.com. Panepinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer a Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
Growing up can be tough on kids. So much is going on in the world that can cause depression or anxiety. Unusual behavior for more than 6 months could mean they need help. Don't wait. For real-time mental health support and counseling, call New Jersey's Children's System of Care. CSOC offers free mental health supports, substance use treatment, and services for intellectual or developmental disabilities for all kids up to age 21. Call
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunnelly Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunnelly Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just one pass stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
Hudson County View Live Uncut, John Arhitis. So we're short on the recap this week. Obviously, we don't get a candidate for governor every day, so we wanted to give him a little extra time. But I still wanted to highlight these things. So I've been doing this since probably September of 2011 or so, and I have never heard anything like this happen before. An East Newark police officer was charged with driving under the influence after he crashed a police vehicle into a parked car in neighboring Harrison while he was on duty. So yeah, I think that speaks for itself, so let's get into the details. So, on January 26 at approximately 6 a.m., Harrison police officers were dispatched to the intersection of Frankie Rogers Boulevard and Sherman Avenue on a report of a police vehicle striking a parked vehicle, and this is coming from Harrison Detective Sergeant Matthew Murphy. So the caller advised police that the officer, later identified as Brian Aparicio, was asleep and he was unable to wake him up. Upon arrival, police observations led to the administration of field sobriety tests, which he failed and was therefore charged with DUI. He was also given a summons for failure to submit to a chemical breath test. In other words, he chose not to give a breathalyzer sample. And according to public records, he's been on the force since about mid-2012. East Newark, of course, is a very small municipality in West Hudson. They only have 6 officers on their force. That's 4 police officers and 6 police sergeants. And sources who spoke under the condition of anonymity, since they were not authorized to speak on the matter, said that Aparicio was initially suspended with pay, but as of yesterday, that has been changed to without pay. So we're going to follow this situation. I've put in an Open Public Records Act request to get the body and dash cam footage of this incident. Now, another thing that has gotten an unbelievable amount of conversation going on Twitter, call it good, bad, or indifferent, is this licensing for e-bike delivery riders. Now, the 3 sponsors, that's 1st Ward Councilman Paul Presenzano, 3rd Ward Councilman Mike Russo, and 4th Ward Councilman Ruben Ramos, they say this is to increase pedestrian safety. So what is this ordinance? Basically, anyone that does e-bike delivery would pay a $5 fee to register, then they'd have a fluorescent vest issued by the city with their number, and that would allow them to track them and to see, make sure everyone's following the city's safety laws. A lot of debate on this is whether or not there's any enforcement, and if this actually passes, whether or not that, anyone who gets a ticket, will anyone actually have to pay? Will police actually be cracking down? Questions like that have been reverberating through Twitter. So let's see what happens tonight. Again, that meeting is at 7 p.m. And real quick, before we call it a week, I want to say a congratulations to the new and 11th police chief of the township of North Bergen, and that's Robert Farley Jr. He comes from a law enforcement family. His father and grandfather both retired as deputy chiefs, and now he's taken the reins, and that was effective February 1, so best of luck to him. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your time. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching Hudson Media Group. Follow us on social media on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.